lah kan, point of differentiation kan, contohnya advantage with respect to the contractor, and for lump sum contract, and it is that they have the incentive for early finish, kan. So for unit price, the low risk, cost plus contract, no risk, and based on the previous slide and based on your understanding, and what are the disadvantage and what are disadvantage to the owner. Owner is the client lah, and owner is the client, and flexible of design changing, and adakah type of contract tersebut dia berbeza, between this 4 point lah kan, ataupun you boleh tambah lagi. So you boleh buat you punya nota untuk membezakan jenis-jenis kontrak ni. Ada 2 jenis kontrak saya buat untuk perbezaan ni. Okay, so this is past year question. Okay, past year question. So this type of question lah yang maybe akan diberikan dekat you all masa test nanti kan. So dia akan bagi satu situation kan, contohnya in June 2016, a bridge in Jeli, Kelantan was damaged due to a recent flood. So the state government through PWD, Public Works Department, is required to carry out an urgent repair of bridge. You are appointed as a project director to initiate and perform the task given. So what type of contract? And so you need to justify your answer based on the situation given lah, and based on this situation, and based on this situation about dia punya design changes ke, about dia punya cost, advantage kepada client and disadvantage kepada contractor, advantage kepada contractor. And so you need to answer in detail lah kan, sebab dia 10 markah kan. Okay, so in December 2016, okay, the government Malaysia plan to build a mass rapid transit, okay, to plan, design, construct and commissioning the work and to the contract document. So what type of contract that suitable for this type of project, and for this type of project, and so you need to justify lah, and you need to justify and based on penerangan yang saya dah bagi lecture sebelum ni, and so that's why you need to take notes, and sometimes dekat dalam slide ni very simple punya notes, and so whatever keluar daripada saya bagi lecture tu, and so you need to take note lah kan. So mass rapid transit ni, and saya dah bagi example dah, itu lebih kurang lah kan, lebih kurang. So you need to justify what type of contract yang sesuai and based on this situation kan. Okay, so retaining wall need to be constructed immediately due to landslide, and you try to answer this question and to practice untuk you punya test nanti, and test 1, test 2 and okay, you need to practice to try to answer, and then you nanti you boleh lah try to submit dekat saya, walaupun saya tak bagi buat quiz ke apa ke, and tapi you need to do by yourself lah kan, untuk lebih kefahaman. Okay, so dia akan tanya spesifik, kadang-kadang dia tanya spesifik. Cost reimbursement contract are most often used, and with the scope of work for cost performing the work are unclear. Brief describe the advantage of using this contract. Sometimes dia tanya specific contract tu, so you need to mention lah, and you need to mention about this contract. Okay, so any question regarding this topic, the type of contract and type of contract? Ada soalan? So you need to practice, try to answer lah, try to answer this question and by yourself, and I'm not saya tak bagi quiz ataupun apa-apa yang related dengan you punya assignment lah, and so that you have your own effort, sebab soalan ni akan ditanya dalam test nanti, and So soalan-soalan yang lebih berbentuk macam ni lah, berbentuk macam ni. Okay. Okay, habis untuk topik type of contract. So kita pergi kepada topik yang seterusnya. Actually topik ni saya dah sentuh dah sebelum-sebelum ni. Cuma this is dia dah bagi in wording lah so that you boleh tengok in detail. Okay, contract document. Kan, contract document. Okay. So previously saya dah mention what are the contract document. Kan, it start from the tender document lah. Kan, tender document which is QS akan prepare ataupun civil engineers akan prepare in the procurement stage. Dan saya banyak kali ulang. Kan, sometimes sampai habis lecture pun dia tak faham lagi what is construction project life cycle. Kan, setiap kali lecture saya akan ulang benda yang sama, construction project life cycle, sebab nak bagi you all betul-betul faham. Kan, so in the stage of procurement, tender stage is being produced by QS or civil engineers lah. Okay, so after tender document is being produced, so selepas kita dapatkan kontraktor yang berkelayakan, maksudnya through proses bidding tu, so dia terjadinya contract document. Okay, so contract document ni is, what is contract document? Man, just a paper and ink content within acceptable norm, and but the contract itself appear to have too many clauses because dia melibatkan apa? Dia melibatkan perjanjian between two parties, and perjanjian between two parties, and to have many clause tu maksudnya clause ataupun dalam bahasa Melayu syarat-syarat lah, syarat-syarat ataupun klausa-klausa yang termaktub dalam perjanjian kontrak ni, dalam perjanjian kontrak. So general principle, the law of contract is based on the mutual exchange obligation, and what are the client akan bagi kepada kontraktor. So in return contractor, what are the contractor akan bagi kepada klien, which is klien ada needs untuk buat projek, and then in return kontraktor akan dibayar. Kontraktor akan buat projek tersebut, execute the work physically. So this is what given by the contractor to the client. Client akan membayar kepada kontraktor. So ada perjanjian antara dua pihak. Kan? Okay, based on the mutual, dia kata mutual exchange of obligation, and in that each side must contribute something and to the agreement that make things binding. Kan? So maksudnya kedua-dua pihak mesti bersetujulah, kan? Based on the general principle of contract ni. Kan? Okay, consideration, each party must give something in return and of what is gained from others party. Kan? So ada perjanjian antara dua parti. Kan? So it must be some value but need not be adequate. Kan? Some value lah, maksudnya ada value, benda tu mesti ada commercial value, dia panggil. Kan? In what form? Things, service, kan? Maksudnya things, kalau ada service pun, kan? Payment, money, performance of work, etc. etc. So in our case, kan? Performance of work, kan, akan diberi bayaran kepada kontraktor, kan, based on dia punya sometimes service pun boleh jadi juga, kan, service of maintenance service, kan, pun boleh jadi contract. Okay, so consideration in a building contract. Client, okay, the price or promise to pay to the contractor, contractor carrying out the work, and carrying out the work. So kedua-dua ni ada obligation masing-masing, kan. So dalam contract document tu, sebab tu dalam contract document tu, and can be defined as legally binding agreement between parties. And in the civil engineering work, the contract document is normally an agreement to have work done in return for specified sum of money. So this is the definition of contract document. Definition of contract document. Okay. So the client commissioning the works legally known as employer, the parties carrying out the work legally known as the contractor. Kan kalau dalam form of contract tu kan, form of contract tu dia akan nyatakan sebagai client and contractor. Who is the client, who is the contractor. Okay. So in the contract document kan, they need to have the general condition of contract. So general condition of contract ni telah disediakan lah kan, maksudnya telah disediakan oleh badan-badan yang terlibat, badan profesional yang terlibat. Contohnya mengguna pakai untuk projek kerajaan dia pakai PWD 203A. So they just adopt this general condition of contract from PWD 203A. So you boleh Google this one, PWD 203A. So dekat dalam general condition of contract ni ada clause general untuk sebarang projek pembinaan kan. Memang dibuat specifically untuk projek-projek government, and sometimes projek-projek swasta juga adopt this PWD 203, ataupun ada parties yang ada professional body yang buat, Persatuan Arkitek Malaysia, dia pun ada produce general condition of contract. And then kalau projek professional, projek international, maybe dia pakai FIDIX kan, pakai FIDIX kan, ataupun ada badan-badan profesional yang berkait dengan projek pembinaan di Malaysia kan. Okay, so general condition of contract ni dia akan memberi tahu what are the contohnya what are the relationship between the client and employers, and what are the engineers and the contractor responsibility, and what are the power of engineers, and the term of payment, and the term of payment monthly ke, and fortnightly ke, ataupun yearly kan. So dia akan bagi tahu in term of payment, variation or valuation of variation. So kalau ada perubahan kerja, so dia ada banyak clause lagi. This is the basic one. And then method of measurement and pakai SI unit, and maintenance, and who are responsible to do the maintenance, and after completion, and so dia ada tarikh, dia panggil tarikh defect liability period, and so on. Dia banyak lagi dalam general condition of contract. And then dia akan nyatakan the completion date kan. Otherwise kalau kontraktor tak dapatkan siap within the completion date, so dia akan diberikan penalty and so on. Dia ada lagi clause yang melibatkan extension of time and excess of work, sequence of construction, okay, storage available to the contractor, and then all the general define the term under which the work to be undertaken. Meaning that the works related to that particular project lah kan. Maksudnya generally for construction project, So in case of you nak buat penambahan, so you boleh refer this PWD 203, you just tukar dia punya clause yang bersesuaian dengan you lah kan. Okay, so this is general condition of contract kan, yang ada dalam contract document, yang ada dalam contract document. Okay, so another things yang nak kena ada dekat dalam contract document is the form of contract. And form of contract, what is the form of contract? It's a formal agreement between client and contractor to execute the work in accordance with the contract document. So generally it's covered by the form of tender ataupun form of contract. Maksudnya semasa tendering stage tu, client tu dia dah letakkan harga, so dia setuju untuk proceed with the work dengan harga sekian. So this is form of contract. So contract number berapa, this meet on what day. So melalui company apa kan, from the client. So this is the client, so this is the contractor, ABC contractor katakan. So nanti dia akan nyatakan secara detail lah kan, who is dia punya director kan. So under the business act, business number berapa kan. Last kali dia akan pergi job, stamp hasil. So buat perjanjian lah kan, macam you all ambil PTPTN dulu kan, ada apa perjanjian, ada perjanjian. So kalau you melanggar salah satu clause di dalam general condition of contract ni, you akan dikenakan, salah satu pihak melanggar syarat, so dia boleh dikenakan tindakan lah kan. So so another item in the contract document they call a specification. Okay, specification sebelum ni kita dah tengok, and what are the specification, and okay, so the specification actually it describe the detail of work in nature, and the detail of work in nature. So dia akan nyatakan detail lah kan, the detail untuk concreting work grade 20. Grade 20 tu nak pakai konkrit jenis apa kan, JKR mix ke, dan apa keperluan untuk konkrit tersebut kan, keperluan QA/QC and QA/QC untuk quality and workmanship, and quality and workmanship. Sometimes they are required to do the test, and every 100 meter cube of lay concrete you need to have one set of concrete cube untuk buat compressive strength, and nak test for compressive strength kan. Benda ni you all kena take note lah. After this maybe you all akan jumpa dekat lab nanti walaupun you tak masuk lab lagi kan. Okay, so benda ni lah yang you all belajar kan, you all belajar dekat EC 220 ni, and after that bila you pergi dekat luar, benda ni lah yang you all akan jumpa. Sometimes you all tak boleh nak relate kan, belajar benda ni untuk apa kan. Benda ni lah, benda-benda ni you nak sediakan specification. As engineers you kena sediakan specification kan. Kalau you sebagai jurutera untuk kontraktor, you nak kena perform this quality control ni kan. You nak kena make sure you ambil satu set, so satu set tu berapa dia punya size kan, nak buat testing tu macam mana, and what are the procedure to do the testing, what are the code, and nak pakai BS berapa nak buat testing ni, nak follow standard apa kan. Okay, so method to be adopted in execution of work, sometimes they mention about the method kan, the method nak pakai method apa, nak pakai tower crane ke, nak pakai mobile crane, nak pakai mobile crane, so nak cast in situ ataupun nak buat precast kan. Cast in situ maksudnya cast secara normal lah, lepas letak reinforcement bar tu, and then cast secara normal, pakai order lori konkrit masuk secara normal. Kalau precast dia cast dekat site, cast dekat kilang, and then bawa masuk ke site, and then dia pasang secara precast kan. Okay, any detail which not covered in general condition of contract. So specification ni is merujuk memang specifically kepada you punya project, and memang detail kepada you punya project kan. Every work tu you kena mention pasal earthwork kan, pasal maksudnya yang related dengan project tu lah kan. Project mestilah kerja-kerja earthwork mesti ada, kerja-kerja konkrit kan. Kalau projek bangunan mesti ada kerja-kerja konkrit dan kerja-kerja steel kan. So dia akan mention selalunya mengikut keperluan kerja kan, mengikut keperluan projek tersebut lah kan. Kalau projek tu melibatkan earthwork, dia akan detail out what are the earthwork punya kriteria, and for earthwork punya kriteria selalunya, and in every layer dia kena compact kan. Every 300 mm dia kena compact 300, dia kena compact kan, nak kena achieve the compaction tu 90% of compaction. So 90% of compaction how to achieve, so melalui QA/QC ni lah kan, QA/QC kan. So all the testing yang you all belajar nanti kan, you kena buat proctor test, and what are the proctor test untuk dapatkan the optimum moisture content untuk tanah tersebut So tanah tersebut boleh digunakan untuk buat compaction kan. So benda-benda ni kan, any detail of work which is not covered in general condition of contract, and general condition of contract just a general lah kan. So for specification that's specific for your particular project. Okay, any special responsibility to be borne by the contractor and any special responsibility, so need to mention in the specification. Okay, so that is the specification. Okay, bill of quantity of course, and bill of quantity yang you all akan sediakan kan. I think it is example of spec and example of spec untuk kerja-kerja electrical saja, and this is kerja-kerja electrical saja. So dia akan bagi in detail kerja-kerja electrical satu satu page, maksudnya ada beberapa page lah, mungkin ada 10 page pasal electrical installation sahaja kan. Okay, so specific tadi apa? Bill of quantity, a list of item giving description and unit of measurement, estimated quantity. And so this is the bill of quantity and yang you all akan produce nanti. And then what else? This is example lah. And then contract drawing. And contract drawing maksudnya contract drawing tu dah finalize. Kan, dah finalize maksudnya sebarang perubahan kan, sebarang perubahan drawing selepas terhasilnya contract drawing kan, so the contractor boleh claim for variation order, maksudnya dia ada hak untuk claim variation order disebabkan oleh ada perubahan design, okay. So contract drawing ni dia detail lah, dia ada architecture drawing and semua yang melibatkan drawing, architecture drawing and CNS drawing tu detail drawing lah, detail drawing and tebal lah selalunya kan. Kalau projek tu besar sangat tebal dan berjilid-jilid lah kan. M&E drawing and miscellaneous dan pelbagai lagi kan. Maksudnya drawing yang related to the works. Okay. And then what else? Okay, contract drawing dah settle, and then okay, form of tender ni actually the same with the form of contract lah, cuma form of tender tu is not contractor tu hanya menawarkan harga tersebut, contractor tu menawarkan harga tersebut, but not being legal lagi macam a form of contract. Form of contract bermaksud dia punya kontrak tu telah tanda tangani oleh dua pihak, which is client and contractor. Okay, so this is the okay, this is inside the contract document. Okay, form of tender ni, okay, form of tender is a formal offer. Dia just offer tapi dia tak dapat lagi projek tu kan. So during the procurement stage juga kan, during the procurement stage, kalau in Malay they call peringkat perolehan. Okay, peringkat perolehan. To execute the contract in accordance with the various of contract document. Okay, maksudnya form of tender just an offer and dia belum dimuktamadkan lagi. Kalau dah jadi form of contract, barulah dia jadi contract dokumen tu valid, dan contract dokumen tu valid. Okay, contract dokumen. Okay, maksudnya form of tender tersebut just an offer, and belum dimuktamadkan lagi. Okay. Performance bond. Okay, another terminology yang you kena belajar kat sini is the performance bond. Okay, after the contractor A, katakan contractor A dapat bid for this tender, so dia dah sign this contract document. Okay, one thing yang dia kena follow is the syarat performance bond yang ada dekat dalam general condition of contract. Okay, Performance bond is a surety bond issued by an insurance company and or bank and guaranteed a satisfactory completion of work. And contohnya 5% dia akan reduce 5%. And contohnya every month yang you claim dia akan deduct 5% of you punya total. Kalau you claim 100,000, you hanya dapat berapa? 100,000 deduct by 5%, you hanya dapat 90,000 95,000 kan, 95,000 kan. 5% dia akan retain, and in case of kontraktor tu tiba-tiba lari kan, tak perform dan sebagainya, kita boleh tamatkan kontrak kontraktor tersebut, and then use this money to find another contractor lah, and to find another contractor to nak pulihkan balik projek tersebut kan. Okay, this is example of form of tender. Sebelum you nak hantar tender tu lah kan, you just kena isi the price yang you quote kan. Okay. Alright, habis untuk topik kontrak dokumen kan. Next week kita akan masuk on earthwork kan, kerja-kerja earthwork kan. So kerja-kerja earthwork ni dia lebih melibatkan